Morning, Daryl. Artist in recovery. It's 4:52 in the morning, West Coast time. Still the 21st of November, 2023. You know me, the diary of the griever named John Weaver, which is me. Catch a vid this morning. You're talking me. You're talking me, dude. Not just the relationships I never had. Families, yes. Believe me. Holiday season gets worse and worse for me. Keeps reminding me how shorter and shorter my life becomes. And the more distant it becomes away from those special events, harder and harder it is for me even just to deal with it. You're talking about social distancing. I can't go into the different places like I used to because of too many memories over there. One particular area tried to kill me, work. But, dude, I grew up in the San Fernando Valley. I was home for 38 years. Our family moved out because we couldn't afford the rent. And we moved out here to the Antelope Valley for the last 15, 16, 17, I lost track. Got stuck out here. Part of that, we were dealing with Mama and her failing health, and then David and I struggling after that. Get a place, lose it about a year and a half. Long story, different vids on that. And then I had to deal with David's failing health, him stroking out, trans-ischemic attacks in his head. And China, and the next thing I know, he's being walled into the emergency room as a meat slab. But then it's the aftermath. The constant struggle and the constant survival. Some days I can manage, and other days I'm emotionally a wreck. Before Dave passed, I went back into college. Dave tried it first, survived a semester, so I'm thinking to myself, I'll give it a shot. What the hell? Long story short on that one, he couldn't do it, and I did. And he kept cheering me on up until the point where he started losing ability to talk. But before he did that, we had an argument. If it was going to get worse, I was going to take care of him more and more. I dropped school. I dropped college. Family came first. You don't you don't argue. But Dave and I argued about it. He wanted me to continue further. He didn't want me to stop. I didn't want to stop, to tell you the truth. But my brother's health was more the priority, and that's what I do. I adjust for priorities. Hell, that's what I was taught to do a long time ago. Not to look after myself, but to keep looking after family because family's important. Everything revolves around family. And Daryl, one of the trigger words I've got here that usually gets me set up for a miserable day or a week is one of the trigger words is family because, and you see my videos. Maybe once in a while you'll take a look, even the ones that are addressed over to you that I send a link over to you, and you've seen my camera angle. I got one particular laptop that shows me, and I have, you know, and this is always in a view. Always. I mean, I could do this over here, but the lighting sucks. But this way, I get lighting coming from the dining, from the living room. I can't even talk right. Kitchen. So it's natural and perfect. It works for me over here. What doesn't work for me is every time the holiday season comes up, it's harder and harder for me to deal with. Now, you were talking about um, family, uh, a couple of families you can't be with, but you want to be with them, but it also hurts like a son of a bitch. You know me, I cuss like crazy. And I drive the zeros and ones crazy, and I really don't care. I really don't give a flying on that one. I really don't. There was a lady. I really got to search through the damn databases on here, I swear. I have to. Because she, in a way, helped raise me and took care of me. And besides Ma, she was always she was always important. Give me a second. I'm going to put this on pause. Before she passed, Mary Dolores Boudros Reeve. There was a story back in '76. The family was moving from one neighborhood to another neighborhood. My brother just got his license. We had a Gran Torino station wagon, full size monster. Thing been in the family for a few years, seen a lot of mileage, and Ma loved that car. And so did we. It was our only car, but it was a good car too. Grocery runs and little field trips here and there. Trip up to Wyoming and had a go disaster and coming back. God. Oh, I think I did a video somewhere in there, buried in the wind files somewhere. That one. I'm just not quite sure which one. I may have to retell that all over again. But it's around this time anyway, and I think the story ought to be retold, but not this video, probably another video coming up again. But we turned the family car into a subcompact. We're going from North Hollywood over to Arleta. I mean, you can go on Google Maps for this one, look at the San Fernando Valley, and you can type out North Hollywood. You'll see the current layout. And if you happen to type out Arleta, you also see the current layout. Well, there was a street called Beachy and Wingo in Arleta. And in North Hollywood, there's a street called, actually, the intersections of Van Owen and Ethel, like Lucy and Ethel. Anyway, there's a distance between that. My brother and I are listening to music. We already had our last meal. Donuts. Well, we'd gotten donuts. We hadn't had any actual food substance in the household yet. We just got our grandmother and our aunt situated at home. Dave and I are doing the last run over to the house on Van Owen. House was sold to another property owner who's going to turn the whole thing into an apartment complex. Sucked. We got a big yard, man. Got a field right next to us. We had an orchard. Had a tree house for it. And lots of bruises and scrapes and busted noses. Oh, I love that house. That's some of the memories, but I love the house. But there are other houses I love too. The house we got into, well, I love that one even better. We finally found a family that we can be with us for decades until we lost her. And this one. This was the night we met their family. We had already had help from the neighbor from. Oh, I got to get a family picture on that one. I'll have to pull it out. But we had help from the neighbors next door. Ma had to get their help one more time because my brother and I had wrapped a car around a tree. Speeding, hits oil and water, cat runs right in front of us, fishtail, spin around, turn a full-size station wagon into a damn cannoli. Or was it a subcompact? One of those two. Just went squeeze. We almost eat the engine. Dave has no seatbelt. He looks worse than I am. Or so I thought. Dislocated arm, broken wrists, cuts and scrapes all over the place. Oh yeah, he looked beautiful, all right. Me, on the other hand, and those station wagons, you had a nice, lovely padded top over here with the foam and the plastic, and then down here in the smaller section where you have in the passenger area, the glove compartment, and in the glove compartment door, it's metal, and the ledge for it is metal. Okay, think of this one. You understand about force meeting something and having it go squish? I had a reconstructive surgery when I was that age, 10 years old, or just about. And mamush, I'll get you going, I'll get you going. Let me get you over here first. I'll get you going, I'll get you going. Give me here. Come here. So anyway, I know, you need to go out, right? I'll take you out, I'll take you out. Uh, hold that thought. Sorry about that. I had to take care of the psycho dog from Mars. I love that dog of mine. Friend all abroad, she gets around. But I wasn't so fortunate. Neither was David. We crawled out of the car. Actually, I was seatbelted. He gets his knife. Always had a pocket knife, he did. Cut me out, dragged me across the bench seat. We get outside. We're sitting down. We're waiting for the paramedics to come around, the fire department to come around, and the police department. And we're both sitting, asking ourselves, what the hell are we going to tell Ma? What are we going to tell her? We were devastated. We didn't care about our damn body. We were caring more about the car. We just killed the car. Ma just gave David tremendous responsibility about the car. Then she started to think, I think she started saying right after that, take God with us, be careful, and she loved us. I guess she realized at that point how precious life was, because she damn near lost us. Long story short, Dee had to take Ma over to the hospitals, plural, Riverside, and then we both got transported over to Children's Hospital, Los Angeles. Yeah, she is psychopath from Mars this morning. Anyway, but because of that night, that last week of January of 1976, they became an extended family of ours for years, for decades. But it was after it was in the year or a little after that Ma died that she passed away. The last 10 years of her life, she was having failing health issues. She has collapsed a few times, and they had to put her into a specialized nursing home. And she had her family constantly watching after her. A few of the members have split apart, having their own lives, but there was only one caregiver. Just making sure she was all right every single day. She couldn't even leave the hospital. She had hurt her hip too bad, where even surgery couldn't even help her out. But she had family. Dave and I, unfortunately, at the time, we couldn't get out there fast enough. I mean, or often enough. I was still working at the time. Dave was still taking care of Ma until she passed away, and then it was hard as hell for that. But we took the last trip to see her, and that was the last shot I had of her. She was the closest thing I had to Ma. After that, the families just didn't bother to contact us after all. Didn't tell us about any funeral or memorial services that they had for Dee either. Nothing. We just got black sheeped. That was a lot of anger, confusion. I'm still not over that, because I thought I was still part of their family. They made us part of their family. I mean, there was a memorial service actually at the house of the sister, and somewhere out in Eagle Rock, I think, or something. And that was the last time I actually saw the entire family out there, entirely. David and I made the trip. Car was still we had a car still running during that time, so we got it out there, and we were actually able to spend some time. I've got pictures buried in my digital files about that one there too, and how hard it was to deal with. We had been through their family's trials and tribulations and stuff they went through, and they went through ours. We thought we were inseparable. But nobody had contacted us after Ma. And nobody contacted me about after David passed away about 5 years ago. You talk about pain and hurt. I hate it when we can relate with each other regarding grieving and pain and mourning. About how hard it is dealing with holiday seasons that involved family. You got a freaking phone call or an email or a text or something. Just one time last year. Just one time. After that, nothing. One time we had a text. A few texts, and that's about it. Maybe there was a phone call in there, but after that, there was this. They all have their own lives, kids, grown up, gone. And I don't know if they're alive or dead. And that's what kills me because I loved them still. Family, dude, family. So yeah, you're talking about you're not able to face your family or even your and the other special family because they meant that much the world to you. Family means a great deal to us both. I know to you, you probably had this distance thing going on. You want to be part of it, but you're so socially distant about it. I hear you. Same way myself. Growing up as a kid, I dealt with that kind of social distancing. Some people I learned how to trust, and other people I didn't, and they just kept away from friends. But I still had school friends. Don't know why, but I did. A few of them I still keep in contact with. I mean, I actually do contact them from time to time, and they do contact me, so I guess that's almost close to another family level. But not to the one that I had regarding Dee and her family. We were like brothers and sisters, and that's what hurts the worst. Because they were close to me, or closer to me than any bloodline I had. The bloodline I have, I got out in San Diego, and they don't even bother to keep in contact with me, but they'll post pictures of what their life was like. And one out in Georgia. Oh, long stories I could do on videos on those. I'll tell you. Yeah, during the COVID, I had to do the COVID because I'm sorry, I'm not talking straight here. I'm not talking right here. During the COVID, I was trying to do the videos to get my head squared away with all the grieving and mourning and everything else going on. I have been chewing up a lot of flash drives, doing a lot of audio recordings on these things. It's amazing what kind of apps you can find in regards to voice recording technology. I find it's extremely helpful. It works in classes too, class notes. But this, it gets harder and harder for me to deal with an empty table half the time. Some days I don't even think about it, but the closer it gets to this kind of season, and what gets to me, what gets the season started on this one here, is my brother passed away on the 8th of September. That's the day that my winter holiday becomes like crap because it extends all the way to January and into February. And after that, I get several months not to deal with it. Unless, of course, I'm dealing with my brother's birthday, my mother's birthday. Of course, my mother died twice. First time at home on the 1st of February, resuscitated, and barely kept on life support until the last day. I think it was about either the 18th or 19th of February. Hard as hell to deal with. And during this time, it's the spring term for college. In the fall, it's starting in August and going way over to December. During my brother's anniversary of his death. I don't even remember when my grandmother died, and I loved her a great deal. That's what made it even harder. But the other one that makes it harder on this one here, pal, I had a favorite aunt. A mean aunt to turn into a nice aunt because I sat on her lap, grabbed her by the face, and said, I don't care how mean you are, I'll still always love you. I remember that with her, Aunt May. She died right after my birthday. She died on the 31st, around midnight. Sometimes I get depressed about that because I think about it. And like, there goes my birthday shot to hell. You talk about grieving and mourning? Hell, I talk about it all a great deal on my videos. That's the primary reason why I have my video channel, is to deal with my own damn grief video and record everything. Because in the event, Daryl, I happened to do that final walkthrough, regardless if I'm going to be kicking and screaming on this one or I'm going to be doing it willingly. Either way, it's coming. And when it does, I want to have a legacy out there. I want to have memories out there besides just pictures, and the stories have already faded away along with the damn pictures. I want something lasting a little longer than that. I want the stories. I mean, I'll try to find another way to get the pictures out there to incorporate. I have to do that one eventually. Probably during the winter time. Be depressing enough for it anyway. So I guess supposedly in December I can try to gather all the pictures I've gotten. Try to get a montage of videos out there. I mean, I got the equipment on my old laptop and it's aging like crazy, but it still works. But just so my legacy is still there. I could store as much as I can on these little flash drive pieces of crap. But I want it still out there. I don't want to be obscure. It's not like I'm looking for immortality at this point over here, but maybe I am. But I just wanted a vault of some kind to hold my family's memories. Make sure we're not forgotten. Make sure we're representative of that we're leaving behind. Our memories, our feelings, our loss, everything else. Hang on a second, Maz. Give me a second. I gotta take care of Ma real fast. Give me a second, Ma. Hold on. It's going. It's going. Here. That's gonna help. I get this damn thing figured out. So anyway, that's basically what I wanted to say. I'll probably put more into another one file on this one and send it out. But I just wanted to touch base, let you know what the hell's going on. Hang in there, kid. Hang in there.